Sometimes a question I get from students is, I don't have a computer science or math background, so can I be successful in the analytics field? And the answer is a resounding absolutely. You can be successful in analytics without a math or computer science background. I think what it takes to be successful in the analytics field is what maybe I would describe as being curious, wanting to know why something happens, how something happens, how did that company make that decision? Why did that company make that decision? I think that's your biggest indicator of determining whether you will be successful in analytics. Here at Bloch, we actually design the courses so that you don't have to have a heavy math or statistics or computer science background to be successful in the classes. Now, I will say this about the world of analytics, and particularly in the world of business analytics these days. You do need to have some desire to learn how to code. Right? I was reading an article the other day that talked about, it was basically an article about being successful in business analytics. And one of the big indicators was knowing how to code, knowing how to use SQL. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. This article actually called SQL the new language of business. And in the classes here at Bloch, you will actually learn how to code in SQL. But I think it goes back to that curious mindset. How does something work? How do I pull a report together? How do I make a decision using this report or using this model? I think that's the real characteristic that you need to be successful. Here at Bloch, we will give you the building blocks and the tools that you need to be successful in analytics without having that math or computer science background. One of the classes is entitled Data Management and Data Mining. And it's really split kind of into two big sections. The first section, or the first part of the class, is data management. And in that class, you learn how to program in SQL, SQL, which stands for Structured Query Language. And don't have any apprehension at all about coding, because in that class, I specifically start everybody out and we start talking about SQL as if you have no background, no knowledge of SQL at all. So everybody starts at a real basic level, and then we build up your skills from the very basics. The second part of the class is data mining. So we turn our attention to building predictive models. And we study two specific predictive models. We look at regression as a predictive model, and then we look at decision trees. These are really kind of the foundational two predictive models that you need to know about and learn about in order to even build up more predictive modeling skills. So it's really kind of an entryway into the predictive modeling, machine learning world. The second class that we offer is data visualization. And I really think of this class as visually communicating with data. How do you construct, using many data visualization design concepts, how do you construct visualizations that are compelling, that tell a message, a very simple message, that deliver a message to your audience that is simple for your audience to understand? Very powerful tool these days to be able to tell a story with data using visualizations. And lastly, I'll talk about data wrangling. So there's the famous 80-20 rule in analytics. Analysts spend 80% of their time cleaning up data and 20% of their time actually analyzing the data. So data wrangling is all about how can I clean and process and get my data ready for the reporting, for the model building. So those are just a very broad overview of the three classes that I teach in analytics here in the Bloch School of Management. Even though your major field of study may not be analytics, I think you will find these classes applicable to you. If you are someone that needs to work with data or wants to work with data, either within your career or your program of study, you can definitely find uses and applications from these data analytics classes that we offer here at Bloch.